Menu narration set to 100.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, Cleveland, Ohio, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed, and that means we are set for football at Huntington Bank Field. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Cleveland Browns. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys find themselves at 2-3 over the first 5 games of the season. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass. They didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 24 carries, 123 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. Mahomes going to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of catches, 110 yards.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
A give right side for Pacheco. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Chiefs.
Here's Pacheco once again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 40-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. To throw, it's Mahomes. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So on 4th down, Mahomes off. Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And it takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Browns offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL. The Browns drive about to get started. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
You talk about this Chiefs defense. They've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
They have tried all season long to fix all the things that they need to in the running game, and they have been successful so far. I'm wondering if this is a time to just sell out. Make sure you have 8 in the box every time, and bring a 9th and sometimes even a 10th to try and stop them from running the ball.
Now this one thrown away. Will we see a flag? No. They'll say there was a receiver nearby. Pretty generous call, but either way, it's 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. KC's offense ready to take over. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Here's Pacheco headed right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Mahomes now to throw. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And Patrick Mahomes, for all of his artistry and arm angles and what he can do in the short passing game, never forget he's got a cannon as well. He unleashes a big one there, but that time it winds up incomplete.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. A play fake, now Fields to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll run from the gun. It's Jenkins. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Fields. He'll try and do this himself. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And taken right on the 30. And he goes out right around the 39. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. This will be caught by Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and a couple.
2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
32-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Nifty move. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. The Chiefs at 2-3 here to begin the new season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 1st touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's Hollywood Marquise Brown who finishes it off with the touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Deontay Johnson on the return. The Browns take over 1st and 10. At their
The
own
Cleveland
24-yard
offense
line.
ready to go. Still in the 1st half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And he's going to have the Browns 1st down as he's got this after the 35-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. First down, right back to Jenkins. A little juke. There's some space here. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 43 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Once again, Judkins. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9. Now it's Fields. Setting up a screen for Jenkins. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
They go with the option on 4th down, left side. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Little read option, the end result, the 1st down, so a good read.
And the way teams are running it nowadays, they've added variety to it. You know, the original way was you read the defensive end. If he crashes down, you pull it and you go. Now they may not even block that.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Nick Bolton coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass. It's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a good job there to kind of weather the storm in that first quarter and come back with their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, you hate to be coming from behind early on, but you're exactly right. They took some time, able to move the ball, and now it's back to a 10-3 game.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Greg Newsome up to make the stop. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 6. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Ran the perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and it passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now here's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Myles Garrett. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. And his kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jenkins. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the
a shotgun snap, Fields. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a hole to avoid the contact.
And the Browns, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now Fields going to run. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
Now Fields going to run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 31, here comes second and a yard. Back to throw. Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Fields. Oh, and that is incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's fourth down.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. They'll try and run the option. Runs through the contact. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. So after the conversion on fourth, here's first and 10 just outside of the red zone.
First and 10.
Fields. Now he's going to step up and run. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's second and 7. To throw is Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's an early front runner for MVP of the NFL here in the first half of the season. As you can see, he's a league leader in passing yards at this stage of the game. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 54 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 40.
Now Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Chiefs are going to get a fresh set of downs.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Looking to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. They'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's
touchdown! A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And a lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Completes the pass to Judy on the crossing pattern. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll try and run here with Jenkins. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. Now Fields. He'll swing this out to Jenkins. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
That's another Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 35.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Justin Fields, 34 yards. Browns have got it back to within a score.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. That should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. And now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
On the draw, it's Judkins.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain.
79 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Fields now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Browns first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. The option left is Fields.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
On 2nd and 11 now. Fields. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Out of the gun, Fields. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to push your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5.
And he is caught.
And he will have the Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Chiefs.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. It's a gain of 17 yards.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
34-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the 4th quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. Now he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. And this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter. They're on the stop with Leo Chanel.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Off play action, Fields.
That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now it's 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Fields, such an athletic quarterback, gets him the first.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they want to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
On first down, here's Jenkins.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Fields.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he is going to have the Browns first down. He needed 5. He got it barely as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
First down. 1st and 10.
Now it's Fields. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy.
So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down.
At the 33-yard line.
Back to throw again.
Now Fields going to run.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
One play action. Fields.
And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
At the 25-yard line.
On the option right is Fields.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Quinshon Judkins from 19 yards away. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
A very rare kickoff return on an onside kick. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Fields. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Fields. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Now Fields going to run.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Chiefs' 38-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And the Chiefs are going to get him. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
4th down.
They snap it to Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So they've converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
This is 2nd and 8.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
That's into the hands of Worthy.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
75 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. One of the fun parts about working with you is that we've learned that there are different ways to do things than the way we were brought up to do them. This is Madden. Of course they were going to go ahead and get another score. What do you mean take a knee?
And that just makes the final margin even more lopsided. I think they earned themselves a cold drink from the fridge, right?
There's no
Maybe
doubt
some
about
pretzels, too, some hummus. Go crazy.
See, we've learned.
Go crazy.
We have learned the Madden way of doing things.